There's really only one thing that makes money, okay, in this world. Everything else is a subset of this one thing. And the one thing is persuasion. Think Steve Jobs and Elon Musk. They persuaded billions of people to buy from them and not their competitors. I think over 1 billion, more than 1 billion iPhones have been sold. Just the Apple alone, Steve Jobs, right? So they didn't just create an amazing product and be an entrepreneur. They were highly persuasive people. Elon Musk still is a highly persuasive person, okay? So there's a lot of amazing entrepreneurs that you've never heard of, never made any money. Their ideas never saw the light of day. You know why? Simple. They couldn't get the message out. They couldn't persuade people. Think of Nikola Tesla, a famous inventor. You know, everybody's always mad because everybody kind of stole his ideas. That's what people say. Well, you know, I bet you if Tesla was alive now, he would go, I wish I knew more about persuasion, because it sucks to have other people take your ideas and make all the money. So, the problem is most people watching, you think of persuasion as like marketing. Notice I did not say that Elon Musk is the best marketer in the world. I didn't say that, you know, Steve Jobs was the best marketer. A lot of people say he was the best marketer, but they may make a mistake. He's the best at persuasion. So marketing, by the way, is a subset of persuasion. So you have persuasion here, and you have 9 things that branch out, okay? And marketing's just one of those. So that's a lot of people get this confused. And when you get confused, you don't make any money, okay? Now I've used this, what I'm about to share with you, I've used this, you know, in 2017, I think entrepreneur.com named me the #1 marketer in the world and blah, blah, blah. I've done, you know, I've built companies that have done multiple times. These are companies that have done more than $100 million in revenue, more than that, even in just 1 year. So it's not like my lifetime. Sometimes people say, oh, I've done $100 million. That's over 20 years. This is in more than 1 year. So I have an understanding of what I've seen that works. I've reached over 300 million, 400 million people with my videos, companies, and all that. So, so let me explain what persuasion means for you, because watch this, because not only can this make you more money, but this might be the most important webinar, live podcast, whatever you want to call it, you've ever seen in your life, because you can use this to change your love life, your social life, your fitness, your health. Everything is a subset of persuasion. So you have to apply persuasion specifically to 3 areas. So I'm gonna break this down. So we have the P word, persuasion, up here, okay? Now, it first branches into 3 things. I call this the PMO formula, okay? PMO. So you have the first P there. So that stands for product, that P. I don't know if you can see it. Sorry, TikTok, it's a little bit cut off here. You got P, M stands for marketing, O stands for organization. I don't know if I'm gonna get into every single thing about this because this gets so nuanced. I feel like people can get lost on what I'm trying to say, okay? So let me say, Tai, how many people have you helped go from 0 to rich? Man, I have an insane testimonial list. In fact, most of the influencers that you watch right now every single day on social media, at least 50 to 80% of them were my students. You think I'm joking? You don't know much about me. Like, the people you watch right now are like 50 to 80% are my students. So somebody asked, have I seen this get results? Yeah, I've seen insanity results here. Anyway, I don't want this to be so much talking about myself. I kind of want to get into this. But I am qualified to talk about this subject of persuasion and marketing. So you have subsets. You have to create a product. And I just want you to know, this is the important part about a product. There's too much confusion now. People are like, should I do drop shipping, social media marketing, agency? Should I do e-com? Listen, this is what I wrote earlier today. The first thing you have to persuade, the first human on earth, is yourself. Persuade yourself that you as a human are the most valuable product, and persuading yourself to just stick to your strengths. The number one reason you're going to get off track and not make any money is you don't persuade yourself that you only have a certain amount of strengths. I get entrepreneurs saying, I can do everything. No, you can't. I can't, you can't. Nobody is omnipotent, omnipresent, and omniscient. Nobody has infinite powers. So you have to focus your brain and say, not use envy. People see other people make money, go, I'm going to go do what that guy does. That guy does real estate. That person does this. No. Persuade yourself that you have a finite set of skills. And if you just stick with those for a long time, maybe it won't even take a lifetime, you can create wealth. So number two, so that's the subset. You have the first product to persuade. Think of yourself as the product of you. Okay, that's you. The second one you have to persuade, you have to find something to sell that customers want. Steve Jobs talked about this. He said there's a lot of people that create a product because they think it's cool, but nobody wants it. He said there's tech geeks out there. This is Steve Jobs' words, not mine. You know, they just find a cool AI gadget and they're like, oh, an AI pen opener. But you have to be sure there's a customer that matches what you're fascinated by. And so sometimes you can't do certain things because there's no market for it. All right, the third one, you have to be good at then combining what your strength is and what a customer wants. And that's called productizing. You can productize almost anything. You can productize. I started doing online education. I was the first person to do online business education, really at scale. There were some people before me, but nobody was reaching 100 million people like I was, okay? So I saw that you could productize. People think of cars and tech and a phone, but you can productize almost anything. You can productize your cooking skills, your basketball skills, the fact that you speak a foreign language. You can productize almost anything you think of. Case cover, Mophie, this company that built these, it does billions in sales, has done billions in sales from a phone cover, because they knew probably that they had a good, let's say, ability to manufacture a product. It was a strength of theirs. Maybe they had connection to China. I don't know the story of Mophie. They knew there was a customer. There was a billion phones, and they productized the match between themselves. That's, by the way, I could just stop here. Someone said, can medicine be productized? Yeah, everybody's talking about all the people talk about medicine all day. Food is productized. There's almost not, love is productized. Valentine's Day, that's a bullshit made up thing. Somebody goes, oh, I like love, and I know customers care about love, I'll create a product around it. Let me keep moving here. There's a lot to talk about, and I don't want to get. Now, marketing, PMO formula. You have persuasion at the top. For those of you coming late, you got the PMO formula. Product, marketing, or this is how all wealth, all money comes from, and then organization. I don't know if I'll have time. This is for more advanced entrepreneurs. Okay. So the M, marketing, push marketing, pull marketing, and then outbound sales. I kind of developed these terms. Push marketing is where you buy ads, you push it on people. TikTok to grow, do you realize they spent $18 billion to pass Instagram? People think, oh, TikTok was just, the Chinese were smart at going viral. They spent $18 billion in 1 year on push marketing. Google it, you know, and probably the Chinese don't even admit everything they spent, more than 18 billion. Okay. So you need to know how to do push marketing. Then pull marketing is viral marketing. You know, politicians are good at that. All right. And then you have phone sales. That's where you use phone closers or in-person meetings to persuasively sell an upgrade of your product. You can see that when you go to McDonald's. They're like, would you like fries with that? That's an upgrade, one-to-one. They talk to you. You want fries with that? Try to get you that. By the way, do you want fries with that? Is an in-person sales closing that's generated probably 1 to 100 billion for McDonald's over. Okay. Somebody said, Tai, this is better than university. All right, well, we're just getting started, but I'm going to do this short. I want to do this in around 30 minutes. So I'm already 11 minutes in. So I want to get to the point. I got stuff to do. I just wanted to, it was fresh on my mind because I wrote this essay for my blog. Okay, then you have operations, so marketing breaks into push marketing, pull marketing, and one-to-one sales. Then you have here, organization. That's your operations. You need a org chart. Build like the military. So I divide my companies into 14 divisions. I don't have time to explain that now. But then you have managers. You want to have about one manager for every 7 to 14 people in your company. That's like a military squad. That's how the military does it. And then you have your execs team. You want about one executive per 3 or 4 managers. So that's per about 40 people. That's like the military platoon. They divide into. And I know this seems like a lot, and maybe this doesn't persuade you. That persuasion is king. But remember, right now you're watching this live stream on a product, your phone or laptop, that someone persuaded you was better than all the other choices that you have.